Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brandon in the basement today to talk about a cheap, easy home gym upgrade. And it's not very often where you can say cheap, easy, and home gym upgrade. But you can in this video. And if you've watched some of my other reviews specifically around attachments, one of the things I always talk about is UHMW lining wherever the attachment connects to the rack. And I think this is important because for me, I spend a lot of money on this crap and I want to make sure that it lasts as long as possible and also that it looks pretty good. And UHMW lining really helps prevent that metal on metal contact that's going to eat away at the finish of your rack, regardless of it's powder coat, Cerakote, stainless steel, spray paint. That's going to eat away metal on metal contact. So I like the higher end attachments. However, not a lot of people have the higher end racks or they want to spend the money on the higher end attachments because maybe they just don't care, or maybe that wasn't something of their buying criteria when they were buying their rack. They never thought of, hey, am I going to be able to get attachments that protect my rack? Probably didn't go through your thought process, went through mine. So a cheap, easy way that you can kind of upgrade your own home gym equipment is just buying some UHMW tape like this. And what this allows you to do is kind of get that same kind of feel where you're protecting wherever that metal on metal contact would be with some UHMW. Now, obviously this is a lot thinner than what you'll find on the rack attachments, and that's exactly what you want. You don't want anything thicker than this. This is roughly a little bit over 1 millimeter thick. And the reason being is, chances are your rack attachments are meant to fit your rack. So if you have a 2x2 rack, your attachments should fit a 2x2 rack, which means you can't fit wedges of UHMW plastic that could range from anywhere between like 5 to 10 millimeters thick on all 3 contact points. So instead, you could, however, fit some UHMW tape on the lining. And again, because this is thinner, it means it's much more pliable, which means you can cut it with a pair of scissors and don't have to worry about box cutters or bandsaws or fancy pieces of equipment in order to cut thicker plastic. You just grab a pair of scissors, cut to the size you need, and slap it on there. It's also really affordable. This big roll, which is way too big for my needs here because I have UHMW and I just wanted to talk about it for a video, I will never go through this entire roll. It was like 20 bucks, and if you mess up on the cutting or if things wear down over time, you can replace it and chances are this will last you maybe a lifetime for the most part. I say that because even though this works great on the interior of attachments to really prevent that metal on metal rubbing and grinding, so to say, it's not the best on the exterior. So I know a lot of people who think they can use this on, let's say, J-cups or spotter arms that maybe are just bare metal, and they figure putting this tape down will help protect their barbell a little bit more. I would probably suggest against doing that because this is so thin and the barbell has knurling and chances are there's weight on it. It's just going to eat away at this tape really quick. And while you could replace it over time, I think chances are you'll find you're replacing it way too often and it just gets annoying and it might gunk up your barbell and the knurling a little bit. So it's actually probably worse than just the metal and metal on some cases, or on some level, I should say. I'll also say this isn't a really good solution if the problem you have isn't necessarily just protecting your rack, but you're also looking to have a better fit on the rack. Maybe you have a sloppy J-cup or something that you want to tighten up. You could use this, but chances are you're going to have to layer it up and do multiple layers and different amounts of layers on each side until you get the perfect fit. In that case, if you're looking to just increase that fit, I'd probably suggest getting a felt pad. And again, they sell those in different levels of thickness, different colors, and are fairly cheap and do a little bit better job of cushioning a piece of equipment versus just straight on protecting. So depending on what you want to do, you do have different options out there. But regardless, it's a cheap and easy upgrade you can make to your home gym. If you have any other comments, suggestions, or tips or tricks, leave those in the comments section below. But in the meantime, as always, thanks for watching and stay big.